Welcome to Black Belt Beauty Radio, a podcast fueled by a passion to support your journey in developing your most beautiful and optimal performance in life. Each episode is driven with the intention to elevate your mind. When we elevate our mind, we elevate our life. So get ready. It's time to rise. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Black Belt Beauty Radio. You guys, this Solosode is stemming from a very, very inspired place within me. I did a very spontaneous experiment last weekend. So it would be Saturday morning after I did meditation, journaling, reading, pretty much like my standard morning ritual, that I decided to not go onto Instagram for that day. And it ended up turning into almost 4 days. It was like 3.95 days to be exact. But it was so interesting, and I feel that it is so worthy to share with you guys my discoveries, my reasons for doing it, and really, what I captured from this new stimulus. Because the thing is that I don't know how many years it's been that I've been on Instagram. I definitely was late to the game, so maybe it's been like 6 years or something like that. I don't know. My concept of time is warped these days. But, I can't recall a day since starting on to this platform that I had not checked on it once. So I'm certainly not posting every day. But I feel like I've, checked in on the platform every day since signing up. And I say this with total honesty. I don't have any issues with Instagram in terms of how much I engage with it. I actually have very, very powerful boundaries with the platform. So an example is I never start my day with Instagram. I wake up really early and I always make sure that, those first 2 hours are all about me, meditation, journaling, reading, just basically going within and connecting. And the key word is really within, and then when I feel primed and ready and whole and connected, then I start engaging with the external world. So Instagram is a part of that. I'll check in, start rating people back, post something on my story, my page, etc. So with that being said, this spontaneous decision to just disengage, didn't stem from any kind of negative feeling about it, or because I know that people will actually do much longer fasts, like completely erase the app off their phone and jump off because they're not really vibing with what the platform is, how it's making them feel, essentially. But this wasn't that for me. This was, as a deep lover of growth, and definitely a growth mindset individual, I've learned that to really, really grow in life, we have to be willing to kind of deviate from patterns, right? And so, because patterns really start to systemize us, right? And even if it's something that is, serving you in some way. But just here's an example. Going to the gym and doing the same thing every day. Yeah, going to the gym is great, obviously, and getting a workout in. But if you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, that's not going to give you any kind of advancement, right? So what's really powerful is to constantly be switching up your routine with your training. Same thing goes with diet, we are always evolving our biology as the years tack on to our life. So, doing the investigative work, I love blood labs for that, and really discovering, okay, what do I need to edit? What do I need to add? But, even if it's something that you think is totally healthy, but you kind of break the pattern, deviate, and then you edit from that new source of information that you receive from that break of pattern. Okay, so just wanted to really put that out in full detail. Because again, this was not, and I would tell you straight up, I have no reason not to. If it was I'm just over Instagram right now and I just need to take a break, fuck, there's nothing wrong with that too. But this wasn't that. This was literally well, what happens if I just step away from this for a moment? What how am I going to feel? How am I going to feel about myself? How am I going to feel about my progress? How am I going to feel about my process, like my timing, all of these things? Because we know that, each and every one of us can feel pressured in these areas, through this platform. And, I'll give the platform some love right off the bat too, to say like, there are so many things that I love about Instagram. I have a lot of very important people, like the most important people in my life, a lot of them, a handful of them, they don't live close to me. And so for me, it's Instagram is an opportunity, gives me an opportunity to like see their lives like more on a steady daily basis, right? In addition to connecting, the ways that real life connection and all that. But it just makes it easier basically to stay connected to the people I love, as well as my community. All of you who, are engaged with me there and listen to the podcast and, all of that. So, and obviously for business, man, it is a very important tool for brand exposure, for, sharing the things that you're creating and all of that. So cool. Now that I've addressed that, I really want to break down some of the juicy bits that I've gained from doing this IG fast. So, first of all, I feel that we live, in a time where focus, discipline, authenticity, and really like inner peace are being attacked every day. And, Instagram, as much as I love it, is definitely a platform that attacks all of those, your focus, your discipline. Oh, I left one out. Confidence. Okay. So let me explain. I don't think I really need to explain how Instagram attacks your focus and your discipline, but maybe I can really explain how it does affect your confidence. That's also kind of like a no-brainer too, right? But, within that, it also can attack your authenticity. Some people will feel like they need to do something different, something better, something that is, they don't really feel connected to, by way of sharing and expressing, but maybe this is, going to get more engagement. It's going to go viral. It's going to get more followers, all of that shit. Like Instagram fucking does that. Let's be real, right? Or it puts an attack on your authenticity. And then it's up to you to hold steady and be rooted in the truth of, who you are and operate from that person. So, taking a few days off, I was really able to capture that, even though I am aware of it. And, I am very, I have a foundation in all of these areas. I am a very disciplined woman. I do have the ability to switch my focus on. And when it's time to do the work, focus on the work. I'm a highly confident woman. I only know how to fucking be myself. So that part doesn't get, no attempts to deviate me from my truth have ever been effective, basically. But I will say that, I am not perfect and, my focus can definitely be taken from me and has. I have felt for sure there are things that have triggered me to where my confidence has been triggered, and that can rest in the line of like, am I doing enough? Am I doing it good enough? Things of that nature. Like it for sure. I have felt that from just basically looking outward, right? And giving, the most valuable asset that we all possess, which is our attention, to what is happening outside. So in this fast where I was solely focused on me in my days and, really focusing on the things that I was doing in my day, one thing at a time, I found that I was able to be much more present in all the things that I was doing. And it wasn't like, oh, I got 100 more things done and that's probably truly because, again, I have healthy boundaries and I already have a foundation where it's time to focus. It's time to be disciplined. But, in the actions that I was, engaging myself with in the work and the training and all the things, I just felt more present in those moments, and when you are more present, period, I feel like better work is going to come from you. And I felt that that was the case for me. I also felt that, yeah, just this very kind of empowered, like, just, I was so not in any way being attacked in terms of like not doing enough, not doing it good enough. What could I be doing more of? That I just felt this inner peace. And that inner peace allowed me to, again, like go back to the work that I was doing and be more focused and present. And that allowed me to be more effective and efficient. And I'm always seeking ways to be more effective and efficient in the work that I'm doing. So that really made me feel more confident as a whole, right? Just like at the end of the day, I felt really good about everything that I decided to do, my choices and how I went about doing it. And whether I finished everything off my list or not, I never fucking do. I mean, does anybody really? Um, my lists are huge. I felt really confident and great with the work that I achieved. So that was a really powerful takeaway from my IG fast. And I think one more thing that is worthy of sharing, one more gain from this fast was just that I felt more rooted in my autonomy. And I'll explain a little bit. So Instagram's a tool, right? Especially if you're using it for any form of business reasons. And that's definitely, a reason that I use this platform. So with that being said, there's a system, there's this algorithm, there's, do this for more engagement, do this to stay high on the algorithm, do this to maybe go viral or whatever, all that stuff, right? And so what is that? It's a game, and it's a game that I didn't create. I didn't write those rules. So I'm playing someone else's games. I'm living in their rules. That's truly what it is. That's how I receive it to be, right? And again, here's the thing. There's nothing fucking wrong with playing that game. I see the value in playing that game too. I want to be great at playing that game. Absolutely. Like there are so many benefits to playing the game and playing it well, right? I mean, just even in the sense of, I've met some of the greatest people like for my podcast, for this podcast, guests who have become my friends from the platform. So, this is not a total hit on, it's not a, Instagram sucks and Instagram is evil kind of situation that I'm sharing here. Not at all. It's more of just understanding, what is it really and how is it integrated into your life? Is it something that you are making the best of, or is it something that's, kind of running the show? And I feel like if we are all not mindful, it will easily start to fucking run the show. And running the show could just mean, you know, hours of scrolling. It's not even about like, oh, creating the content, creating the post. It's just like mindless fucking scrolling when you could be doing something that's bettering your life. And so again, like it was so rad to go out of my way to break this pattern of my daily Instagram check-in and posts and engagement really with the platform, just to discover like, well, where am I with this platform? How is it serving me? What do I love about it? What do I don't care for and therefore want to be more mindful of because of it? Like all of this stuff. And you don't know this until you step outside of it. And that goes really for anything, right? It's like you have to be willing to, depart for a minute. It's just, how about food? Here's the greatest comparison. Like doing a fast, with your food is proven over and over again and just continuously being expressed more that it is so healthy and beneficial for longevity, right? It's restorative, it repairs. I mean, there's so many things that take place within our biology when we do, a healthy fast from food, right? And so food is what? It's information. Well, everything is information. Instagram is certainly information. We are downloading information from the external world. So, fasting from it, whether it's a day, whether it's several days, whatever, gives gives ourselves the opportunity to restore, repair, reflect, and ultimately get more clarity. And then now, coming back into Instagram with this new information that I have after doing the fast. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have this whole radical new approach to what I'm doing on there, but I do have some more clarity, and I feel more of an empowered relationship with this platform where it's like, listen, I'll do my best. Everything that I share is always fucking real, you guys. If you follow me, you know that. Like, I'm not ever playing that game of anything that isn't authentic. But maybe sometimes there is this feeling of pressure of wanting to just keep up with how many posts and all that. Like, true, just being so fucking real, right? Always. And I don't want that pressure. Like, I want to share when I want to share. And sometimes I have a lot to share, and sometimes I just don't, and that's okay. Because, it's just okay, period. There's no reason for it. I don't need to validate that in any other way. It's fucking okay. And it actually, I think so coming back on Instagram, which actually, today was my first day that I posted something since the end of November on my profile. That felt really good. It felt good to say hi, I guess, to everyone who's paying attention. And, what I shared is just from my heart. It's from I felt like there was, a lot of value in sharing this message. And actually the engagement was fucking awesome. A lot of people felt it. It resonated, which was wonderful to feel. Yeah. So it's good to be back. I'm so grateful that I offered myself this experiment. And one last thing I will say is that, listen, it's no secret, like, we get dopamine hits from Instagram. The likes, the validation, the things, like, it's a dopamine hit. This is a actual neurological response that we get from this platform. So, I mean, like anything, like, it could be easy to get addicted to, like, sugar gives you a dopamine hit. There's all kinds of things that aren't necessarily good for you that give you a dopamine hit. So I guess, the big piece that I want to offer you guys from my experience here in this IG fast is this. Keep it authentic. Keep it at a level that it is serving you in the highest good, and don't let it pressure you. Don't let it bully you. Take a break if you need to. Yeah, it's a wonderful tool. I love when you guys, specifically who listen to the podcast, reach out to me, throw an episode up on your story, DM me, like, fuck, that feels good. I'm getting the dopamine hit for sure, But, everything comes down to dose, right? In life, everything. So it's what's the dose of this platform that you're taking in, and is it really helping you in your life? Because you want it to be that, right? You want this to be a positive tool for you. So that's what I got for you. I hope that this is valuable. I hope it inspires you. I hope it empowers you in some way. Maybe you're on an Instagram fast right now, and maybe this is serving you, or maybe, you've been thinking about doing one, but you haven't done it, and now you feel like you want to. I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't mean anything, but maybe it was just interesting to listen to my experience. I don't know. But if you want to share with me your thoughts on it, I love hearing from you. So by all means, please do that. You know where to find me on Instagram, Roxy Look, and or Black Belt Beauty. It's in the show notes as well. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for spending your time here with me and allowing me to share this, experiment with you. And one last thing I'll share is that upon my discovery in this fast, I decided that I'm going to do a 1-day fast at least every month. Just totally just not touch the app for one day a month. Yeah, like food. intermittent fasting. I fucking do it all the time, and it's beautiful. It's a very powerful, beneficial, thing to do for your biology. So anyways, I don't know. Maybe that inspires you to do the same thing. Who knows? I don't know. Talk to me. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I can't wait. There's so many rad episodes coming up. I say that with total honesty and total excitement. You guys be ready. It's about to fucking turn up here at Black Belt Beauty Radio. So I love you all. I'm excited to be here with you again, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode, you guys. If you loved it, please share it on your social. Throw it up on your Instagram stories and tag me. I'm at Black Belt Beauty. I am also at Roxy Look, RoxyLook. I love connecting with you guys. This is a conversation that I want to just continue growing with you guys. So if you feel inspired to hit me up, do so in that space. I always enjoy hearing from you. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so by rating it and reviewing it via iTunes. It's such supportive help, you guys. It really helps the visibility of this podcast. So I appreciate and thank you in advance for doing that. And last but not least, if you are interested in starting your own podcast, or perhaps you already have one and you need help with, editing your audio and the production of it, I cannot recommend my producers enough. Resonate Recordings, you guys, they are the bomb. I rely on them. They are an absolute supportive tool to me and my podcast. So check them out and let them know that Black Belt Beauty sent you. And on that note, you guys, I'm signing off with all my love and always looking forward to catching you on the next.